Following an up-and-down 2 seasons as Gamecocks offensive coordinator, it appears Marcus Satterfield is on his way to the Midwest. ESPN reported Monday morning that Satterfield is in the final stages of accepting the OC position at Nebraska, which will reunite him with former Carolina Panthers head coach Matt Rhule. Rhule took over as Nebraska HC over the weekend and has a lengthy history with Satterfield. Sat served as offensive coordinator under Rhule at Temple from 2013 to 2015. Then when Rhule went to Baylor, Satterfield joined his staff as a tight ends coach. He followed that up by serving as an assistant offensive line coach on Rhule's first staff with the Panthers in 2020. Now, even with the Gamecocks' offensive explosion over the last 2 games, which saw the team score 63 points in a win against Tennessee and 31 in the victory against Clemson, the reception Satterfield has received from Gamecock Nation has been lukewarm at best. Let's bring in Locked On Gamecock podcast host and Gamecock Digest writer Andrew Lyon. Andrew, given Sat's history with Coach Rhule, this is a move I think a lot of us expected could happen, but now that it appears to be official, what was your reaction to hearing that Sat is on his way to the land of the Cornhuskers?
Well, as you mentioned, Chandler, this is not a very surprising move considering the relationship that Matt Rhule and Marcus Satterfield have had in their coaching careers up to this point, the multiple stops they've had together both at Temple, Baylor, and of course the Carolina Panthers back in 2020. In regards to the move itself and how it affects South Carolina, I think that this is probably one of those situations where it's a good move for both sides. I think that Marcus Satterfield, I don't want to say overstayed his welcome, but it's quite clear that the fan base had grown quite frustrated with certain aspects of this offense, maybe feeling like that this offense did not reach its full potential up until, of course, the final 2 weeks of the regular season this year. A lot of question marks into some of the in-game situational play calling, the use of personnel, and things of that nature. So it seemed like that Coach Muir was going to have a really tough decision to make one way or another sometime in the next couple of weeks, and now that's not going to be the case. Marcus Satterfield is heading to Lincoln, Nebraska, and the Gamecocks will now be in search of a new play caller and offensive coordinator.
Yeah, Shane Beamer, he should have a wide assortment of options to replace Satterfield, right? The Gamecocks ended the regular season ranked inside the top 25 for the first time in 9 years. And considering the potential return of offensive playmakers such as Spencer Rattler, Marshawn Lloyd, and Antoine Wells Jr., the next OC could have a plethora of talent to utilize. So with that said, who do you think that person should or could be?
Well, Chandler, I think you got multiple options here, like you mentioned. And one of the names that I think is going to be thrown out a lot is current Arkansas offensive coordinator Kendall Briles. Kendall Briles right now, of course, is an offensive coordinator in the SEC. That is something that is highly coveted in this conference because it's somebody who understands what it's going to take to win football games in the toughest conference in all of college football. Kendall Briles also has experience in the Southeastern region. He has coached in he's coached at Florida State and a couple other schools down in the Southeast as well. So he could also have some recruiting ties in some really key areas, again, like the Sunshine State. And he understands the priority of running the football. It's something that Shane Beamer talks about all the time, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And I think the Gamecocks, with the talented running backs they have right now, especially Marshawn Lloyd, would like to see that running game maybe be a little more consistent from here on out. So you could see Kendall Briles definitely get a look here. You could also see maybe Garrett Riley over at TCU get a look here as well. He's a part of a really high potent offense that could carry the Horned Frogs to the college football playoff this postseason. And another name I think you should watch maybe is Kevin Jones over at Duke. Duke was 3-9 in 2021 and averaged just 22 points per game. And this season, they're averaging 33 points per game in Kevin John's first year as offensive coordinator and are an 8-win team. So a remarkable turnaround there. And Kevin John seems to be a big reason why, not too far away from Columbia. So that could be another person to keep an eye out for as well. So Briles, Garrett Riley, Kevin Johns, those are, in my opinion, the 3 main candidates to watch here, at least at this current moment.